Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. So, you know what? Let's start with Gladys, cause she shows up and wow, that woman is the definition of no class. The minute she got there, I guess this was the reception. The minute she got there, she walked up to Carly. I mean, first she was talking to Brando and Dev or whatever, but then she walks up to Carly, and she's all like, "So, my son, he's been doing so much good for you and your family. I figure, it's time for you guys to pay us back." And I'm like, Is this woman serious? I I literally felt like me and Brando at the same time was like, oh my goodness, because it just got worse and worse and worse. And just awkward as hell. She was all like, I want my son to have a bigger role in Sonny's organization. And I'm like, wow. So, they gotta sit there and listen and deal with this up until the point where Sonny comes in. Sonny walks in, and mind you, this man, Mike, just passed away not that long ago. There's already a funeral. Everyone is still raw with emotion and everything. And this woman comes in to sit there and try to see how much of a bag she could sit there and get. Like, are you kidding me? So when Sonny walked in, she started with the whole, I want my son Brando to be getting a lot more out of this deal. And Sonny was like, listen, my dad had a soft spot for you, which is the only reason why you're still here. And then she just kept going on and on and on. And finally, Carly and Sam was like, yo, I think you need something to drink. Let's go help you over there to the bar. Just to get her away from Sonny and everyone else. Now, earlier, Brando was talking to Jason, and Brando wanted more of an active role. He wanted to be part of that plan to take Cyrus down, but Jason was like, yo, this isn't the time or the place for it, We're not going to have this discussion here. And so Brando gets all mad and everything like that, and towards the end, he talks to Sonny, and, he's like, listen, pretty much I apologize for all of that. But, yeah, she kind of makes a good point. I want to kind of be more active in this whole family business, so pretty much leaves off with that. Now, in the beginning, Sonny at the church. Mind you, yeah, I didn't watch it yesterday because I just was not putting myself through that. But, you had Sonny at the church or whatever, just kind of just getting a moment to herself. Again, I would not want to watch that. But then Dante comes in. And Dante talks to Sonny or whatever, just about catching up and everything like that. He pretty much, he feels better than he's been feeling in a long time. But he didn't want to go to the reception because it's a large amount of people. He doesn't, like one person at a time. That's pretty much all I could sit there and take. So, he catches up with Sonny or whatever. He talks about a baseball game between him, Sonny, and Mike. And I'm like, listen, I get that's like sweet and everything and touching, but the last time I checked, I'm pretty sure Michael was a Yankees fan, and I'm pretty sure he would want to go too, but okay, sure, I guess that line kind of works. The fact he was like, let's get 3 tickets or whatever, I was like, you mean 4 tickets, right? I'm pretty sure he meant 4 tickets. So anyway, Sonny, Dante goes to, he goes back to his place of living, former place of living, and, this is when, Lulu was, she was buttoning up her shirt, because not that long ago, she had a talk with Dustin, and she pretty much, first of all, she said that she loved the guy, and then, they said they love each other back, and then she asked, Dustin to move in, and that they, set some boundaries or whatever as far as talking to the kids, and, making sure that she's cool with it because, Dante and stuff like that, he agrees and he agrees to move in, and that's when they, had mattress tag. And that's when Lulu got done unbuttoning button up her shirt. Then she answered the door, and in classic soap opera fashion, she's like, Dante. By the way, I just want to sit there and go on record to sit there and say that I love that name Dante, for completely different reasons, but yes. So, she's all like shocked and everything like that, and yeah, this is going to be a very, very awkward conversation starting Monday. I forgot it's Friday today. Kind of sucks now. I really want to see that interaction between Dustin and Dante, because it's going to be awkward. But yeah, that's pretty much where it leaves off at. Now you got Monica berating Ned about trying to fix his relationship with his daughter, and I'm like, Monica, you and Tracy need to calm the hell down, because he is genuinely trying to get things going. And he even said at one point, he's like, well, what do you want me to do? I've done everything that I can. If I push any harder, it's just going to get worse. And so, Monica agreed to kind of like help facilitate this whole reuniting thing between Ned and Brooklyn. And I'm not going to lie, I was kind of annoyed in the beginning. I was like, Monica, you might want to just kind of chill out. Like, it's not like you're berating him, you're just into saying, oh, well, you're acting like your father and stuff like that. Then she starts bringing in the whole cheating thing, and I'm like, where did that come in from? I mean, I get it's foreshadowing, because it's like, that's actually what he did. But, like, the fact that she just brought in the whole cheating part, it was just like, that was kind of out of left field. Anyway, she starts berating him, and he's like, alright, fine, sure, whatever. And then, we get to the other part, where you got Alexis and Sam. What is going on with Sam? I feel like there's so many people that just do not like Sam. And I'm like, this is a reason why. So she's not there talking, well, she's not talking to Alexis. She is interrogating her. She's like, why didn't you come to the funeral? This, that, and the third. And, Alexis starts in with a really bad excuses, talking about, oh, I forgot to set my alarm. Sam is like, in the middle of the afternoon? Like, really? And of course she made us some sort of BS or whatever about how she didn't get enough sleep or whatever. But then she gets defensive. She's like, so is that enough? Or like, should I give you, like, what's going on with this interrogation, pretty much? But before she can really answer, I think Olivia came in, and then Alexis scurried on to the terrace outside to switch whatever that what was it, seltzer water or something like that. She switched that out quick. I knew she was going to switch it out. But when she switched it out and just put straight up vodka in there, I was like, sweetheart, you're not even trying to, like, hide at any whatever point. Like, you could have put a soda in there, a Coca-Cola, something to, like, mask the odor of vodka, because it's strong, okay? It's not like you can't sit there and talk to someone and not know that it's strong. Hell, Olivia caught her drinking, Alexis drinking, and then she walks up to her and she talks to her. She's like, hey, just let you know if you need anything, I'm here for you. And, Alexis is like, nah, I'm good, I'm kind of talked out or whatever with everything going on. And I'm like, sweetheart, even if she didn't see you drinking, she can smell it a mile away, trust me. Vodka and that type of stuff, they're hard drinks. You can't walk past somebody without smelling it. It doesn't matter if you have on cologne, whatever breath mints you have, which she probably didn't have any because she didn't even bother to try to mask it. They can smell it. So, it was so awkward. Seeing Olivia's face talking to Alexis like, I can smell the alcohol from here, and you're not even that close to me. I can smell it. But anyway, they talk, and I don't remember what happened. I think she kind of, no, she doesn't scurry off. She said something along the lines of, oh, well, you know, Ned was helping me get through it. I know you were away and stuff. And Olivia was like, how did you know I was away? And I don't remember what happened after that, but I think I don't remember what happened after that, but Ned is like in the background or whatever, just looking at this whole thing unfolds, and I'm just like, Ned, this is what happens when you lie. Just keep that in mind. This is what happens when you lie. This is what happens when you lie. You deserve all this. You deserve all this sweat, all this, you know, worrying. You deserve all of that, and I do not feel bad for you at all. What else happened? I feel like there was a lot that happened, even though nothing happened at the same time. There was some quick... let's talk about Jocelyn. Let's get this out the way. Jocelyn is talking to Carly about some kiss with Cameron. And, you know, Carly's like, listen, you need to sit there and talk to her. And so Jocelyn's prepared to sit there and talk to Trina, but Trina's like, no, I have something that's much more urgent that just clearly can't wait. So they talk, and this is after the scene between Trina and, I need to put this right there, Trina and Cyrus. So Trina and Cyrus are, well, they're not really talking. Cyrus just walks up to Trina. He's like, oh, something, something, something. I don't remember what he said. But Trina's just like, yo, what are you doing here? So she starts going off on her. She starts going off on him. And, you know, this is after Ava's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you, like, what are you doing here? You know, we're good. We don't need you here. So Curtis comes and he steps in. And this is after Curtis walked past her the first time, and Trina just, well, she just acts like Trina, and I got a couple of four-letter words that I don't want to say. No, that's not true. I want to say it, but try not to curse. Anyway, what was I saying? So Curtis walks back up, and Curtis is like, yo, you need to just kind of take your business somewhere else. Like, just walk anywhere. This is a kind of a big bar. You don't need to be, like, right here. So they get into it later on, Curtis and Cyrus and Jordan. And, you know, Curtis does that veiled threat of, you know, knowing somebody personal in Cyrus' life. And then Cyrus like, yo, he names an address too, like, you know, your stepson, Jordan's son. Let's not sit there and try to act like this doesn't go both ways. I feel like here's the problem with Curtis constantly throwing that threat in Cyrus' face. Is that after a while, when you keep doing it enough, it starts to lose its power. You start to lose your power when you keep threatening someone with the same threat over and over again. So, long story short, Cyrus wants some sort of file from Jordan to get, and then he walks off. And, but before he walks off, Cyrus is like, by the way, don't ever threaten me again. he just walks off like a G. And I was just like, see, it's the reason why I actually like Cyrus. I would always sit there and say that he's probably second. He is second to Lorenzo or Luis Alcazar, but I like this guy. Jordan's going to give him that file because, well, she doesn't really have a choice. And, I feel like I'm missing so much, but I feel like I'm not missing enough. That's not true. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know exactly what I'm missing. And I guess if I missed it, and it apparently wasn't that important. I think the last thing we're going to sit down and talk about, which, by the way, Dev looks through Jocelyn's journal, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what's wrong with you? I mean, I know he wants information to try to get with Jocelyn or whatever, because he was there talking to Brando about how he's caught up in the friend zone, and I'm like, okay, I guess this really needs to happen with this whole love triangle thing. Because in the real world, I would sit there and say maybe you should, I don't know, go out with anyone else, like anyone else. But okay, sure, whatever. I'm just gonna sit there and be a creep and go through a journal, because why not? Let me pause it for a second. Yeah, that's actually it. I felt like I kind of covered everything. Oh yeah, Brooklyn's still asking Amy, well, not asking, but thanking Amy for, you know, pretty much selling her souls at this point, because that's literally what it is. And yeah, that's it. That is the end of this review. Thank you so much for watching. I know my review's been coming out late. And I'm gonna apologize in advance because Monday is my long day. Monday is my long day. So I get out of work generally at 6, and then, well, I do my day's review first, and then I'll do my General Hospital review after, because, well, there's really 2 reasons for that. One, I'm not gonna lie, GH is my favorite, and it's just kind of easy to get through than days. But at the same time, and I'm gonna ramble for a little bit, at the same time, I feel like my days reviews have been coming out a lot better than my GH reviews. Which is weird. Maybe because I feel like it's just so much more simpler to talk about the characters in days than it is to talk about the characters in GH. And it's weird with the numbers. Now, I'm gonna probably make a separate video. I'm gonna make a separate video because I feel like in the beginning my numbers for General Hospital was higher than my numbers for days. And then lately my numbers for days is a lot higher than my numbers for GH. And I'm trying to figure out why. I know that sometimes my reviews on GH comes out a little bit later. And I'm not gonna sit there and try to compare myself to another reviewer that also does GH. But the reason why I'm kind of have to, and I'm going to do this in a separate video, is because even though that my GH reviews will come out a little bit later than days, let's say a certain someone also comes out with a late review of GH, and yet he gets about 500, 600. So it's not like I'm like being jealous. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong so that way I can try to fix it. So any suggestions would definitely help. Anyway, with that being said, I'm actually going to probably make another video about that. And yeah. So, have a great weekend. Be safe. I will catch you in the next review. And let me know what you thought of GH episode today. Let me know what you thought of Gladys. Because that woman just has no class. And let me know what you thought about... Let me know what you think about this whole Dante, Justin, Lulu love triangle, because that's literally what it's going to be. So anyway, have a good day, good night, depending on when you're watching this. Be safe. I will catch you in the next review.